Hi there, I'm Raynell Mason, and this is Ronnie Watches Movies. Sorry for the clickbait title. If you watch my channel, then you know I am a huge fan of Ryan Gosling. I actually have several videos planned around his movies, but I'm trying to space them out so that I don't just turn into that Ryan Gosling channel. I do watch movies that don't have Ryan Gosling in them, okay? Like Tom Cruise movies. Anywho, let's talk about the Goose himself. An indie darling and blockbuster superstar alike, Gosling has won innumerable awards, including a Golden Globe, and been nominated for 3 Oscars. And yet there are still people who say that he can really only play one role. And those people really piss me off. If you watched my video on the other Canadian Ryan, if you didn't, you should go check that out. You would know that it kind of bugs me when people make certain claims about an actor without considering their full filmography. And I feel like that has to be what's happening here. It's the only thing that makes sense. The common thing I hear is that Gosling only plays silent, brooding characters. And, well, anyone can do that. The problem is that those strong, silent characters only make up a small portion of the roles that he's played. And even within those roles, those characters can be wildly different. For example, Julian and the driver. These are 2 characters played by the same actor in movies with the same director who have the same character traits. They barely talk and they are prone to violent outbursts, but they are still so different, and the way that Gosling plays them is so different. If you couldn't tell, I'm a little bit passionate about this topic, and I'm going to be putting out a video hopefully soon about it. So if you are a fan of Drive and or Only God Forgives, I suggest hitting subscribe and that little notification bell so that you don't miss it. Sorry, winking is really hard for me for some reason. Back to the topic at hand, if you think that Ryan Gosling can only play one type of character, then you are really missing out on some amazing films. Stay, The Nice Guys, and Lars and the Real Girl are just a few of my favorite films of his, and favorite films in general, in which he shows incredible versatility. And I highly suggest that you check them out if you haven't already. I can honestly say that watching Stay was the catalyst for me starting this channel. Ryan has said that he isn't a good enough actor to play a character that isn't already inside of him. He turns up the parts of himself that are like that character and turns down everything else. And that's what I think is what makes him so great. It doesn't feel like he's acting because every character that he plays is already a piece of him. He's an amazing physical actor, comedic actor, dramatic actor, and yet it never feels like you're watching an actor. It feels like you're watching a real human just living their life.
I'm really good at it.
Even when he's doing these kinds of fun, silly roles like The Nice Guys or Barbie, he's still working his butt off to get the most out of these characters and give them depth. I watched this video about Ryan's performance as Ken, and it was truly amazing to see all of these little details from his performance that made Ken really work as a character, and to see how much thought and effort he puts into these roles that you don't necessarily notice while watching, but it all comes together to just form this phenomenal performance. He can be so reserved and provide so much depth to a character without saying a word, and then he can also turn around and just go completely off the walls, over the top. And he can do anything in between. What I really appreciate about Ryan as an actor isn't just how good he is, but the types of projects that he chooses to work on. He isn't afraid to take roles that challenge him. He isn't afraid to make himself look like an idiot. He just wants to make good movies. And he does. And if you are one of those people that thinks that he only plays one type of role, then I highly suggest you look up his filmography and start working your way through it. Ryan Gosling has worked on some really amazing projects throughout his career, but lately he's been steering away from the darker roles that he used to gravitate towards and choosing more kind of fun, lighthearted projects for the sake of his family. And honestly, he's still picking bangers. This man has such a talent for sniffing out great projects, and while I will definitely miss him in the more complex roles that he built his career on, I still love the movies that he's putting out today, and I will watch practically anything that he's in because I trust his judgment. No one bats 100, but he's pretty close. So those are my thoughts on Ryan Gosling as an actor. I would love to hear what your favorite movie of his is down below. Personally, I would never be able to choose just one. I have several videos planned on his movies for the semi-near future, so if you also happen to be a big fan of his, I highly suggest you hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss those, and I will see you all next time.